Recently, I finished reading this book, The Wealth Money Can't Buy, packed with life lessons and wisdom from the author of the 5am Club, Robin Sharma, where he breaks down wealth into 8 different forms, telling us wealth is not just money. But of course, money is definitely one of it, but it is not all. Today, I will be sharing the top lessons that I find useful. As usual, if you find this video interesting, consider picking up the book and read it yourself because there might be some impactful lessons for you that I did not cover in this video. If you're new here, my name is Albert. I mainly create videos around personal growth and self-improvement. Consider subscribing if you are into this. Timestamp is in the description below. Feel free to skip around if any of the lessons is not for you because I value your time. Let's begin. 30 days no complaint challenge. This is a challenge that I'm currently taking on. Well, I complain a lot in life when things don't go my way. As much as I tell myself to be a solution-oriented person, but sometimes I still cannot stop myself from complaining when things go wrong. But instead, I should have used that energy to think about what to do next. Every problem has a solution, right? So I really take on the challenge, and for me, it has been great so far. Whenever I face a problem, I will tell myself, complaining will not solve anything and the problem will not disappear. Don't complain, don't stay idle, deal with it. And I do find myself to be more positive, and it is actually training my mental toughness at the same time. So maybe you should also take on the 30 days no complaint challenge. On the next 30 days, don't complain about anything, even if the world is being unfair to you. However, a 30-day challenge can be on anything actually. You might consider a 30 days no social media challenge to kind of do a social media detox. Or you might consider, as the author suggested, a 30 days zero sugar challenge. Anyway, for me, the 30 days no complaint challenge is definitely good, and I strongly recommend you to take on the challenge, and you will definitely see the changes in your life. The last 3 wishes. The lessons from Alexander the Great last 3 wishes are just so great and impactful to me. The wishes are, number 1 is that only the world's best doctors should carry his coffin. This is to show people that even the greatest medicine available had no power to prevent a human being from dying. Number 2 is that the vast economic wealth that he accumulated over his lifetime should be scattered along the procession to the cemetery. This is to let people understand that money made on earth remains on earth after we die. Number 3 is that his hands should hang outside the coffin for all who gather to view, so that people never forget that we born with nothing and we die empty-handed. This carried deep life lessons and reminders for myself as I live my life, so I do believe it carried the same to you. Don't be a doormat. People can only take advantage of you if you allow them to do so. Don't give away your power, which many of us always do. You have the ability to draw boundaries, and you have to draw a line and tell people, do not cross that line. When other people are taking advantage of you, you should have the courage to stand up for yourself. We are taught to be nice and kind, and yeah, we need to be nice and kind to other people, but we need to have boundaries. Other people should not take advantage of the kindness you have. Love yourself and respect yourself. As the author mentioned, the fine balance for you to master this is to be respectful yet assertive, polite yet brave, loving but self-respecting. The start of your failure. When we started to get good at something, especially when we turn from a beginner to amateur, we tend to feel that we are so good at it. For me personally, I started my photography journey back in 2017. As I learned how to use a camera, how to shoot, how to edit my photos, I am definitely getting better and better over time. And sometimes, when I compare my photos with others, I feel that mine was far better, and this is when I start to lose it. Not studying more into it, thinking that I'm good already. Until one day, I decided to take an online photography course, which that time I was thinking, what more can I learn? Let's see. It turns out there are far more to learn than I ever imagined. The lesson here is that the moment that you think that you are so great, this might be the start of your failure. Kobe Bryant started his workout at 4 am despite how good he is in basketball. Roger Federer said that effortless is a myth, where many people think that he pulled those amazing shots effortlessly. But he said that he trained so hard every day so that it can look so effortless. Even the great masters always think like a beginner. This is something that we should keep in mind. Stop adding salt before you taste it. Henry Ford rejects candidates that salt their food before tasting it. According to him, this simple act reveals that the person is a poor decision maker and does not evaluate the situation before taking action. As I also learned in the book, This also suggests that the person disrespects the skill of the chef, assume that adding salt will make the food taste better. And this also shows that the person do not make decision based on any analysis because he is adding salt before even tasting it. And lastly, he does not have an open mind for sure. Even I myself do it sometimes. I used to add chilies and sauce into my meal and my wife would ask me, why don't you taste it first? Right? So this applies to many situations in our lives where we should always have an open mind, challenge our own assumptions, and fight any limitations that are keeping our bigness small. Start a stop doing list. No matter in our personal life or working life, we always make a list for what we need to do, a to-do list to be exact, and often the list consists of the things that we yet to do and we need to start doing it. We focus so much on adding in our lives and we forget about subtracting, which the author introduced the idea of a stop doing list. Now, instead of start doing something, we focus on stop doing something. You should definitely make your own stop doing list. Some examples from the book is that stop comparing your real life to fake life. Stop buying so many things that you don't really need. Stop stressing about the problem that are not real. Stop complaining about how impossible is it to get your work done, and stop giving anything less than your best effort in anything you do at work. So make your own list on the things that you want to stop doing for the better and start doing it. Just like me mindset. We often judge other people when they do wrong. We have a behavior of self-rightness to judge when we feel that what they are doing is wrong. Yet, when we spend more time reflecting ourselves, we often realize that we did the same thing before. Maybe the behavior is not exactly the same, but the main idea is the same. We all make mistakes in our life in similar way and we feel guilty of it, hoping others not to judge us. So, when other people do wrong, don't judge them. You also make a mistake when you are going through a lot in life, right? So when other people do wrong, who knows what they have experienced? Who knows what they are currently going through in life? Learn to forgive, learn not to judge because they are just like me. If you keep this in mind, you will become more open to accept and forgive. Solitude is not lonely. Quiet moments are getting lesser and lesser as we grow older. I call it me time, a time where you can do what you want to do without distraction. You are just on your own. And one thing to remember is that solitude is not lonely. Solitude is a time where you can be yourself. So use that time wisely to improve yourself, to grow. When we step into college, we need to study well. We do have pressure during exams. After graduation, we start working. And this is a time where I call it your honeymoon is over. You have deadline to chase. You are paid to work now. You might have a nasty boss to serve and surrounded by toxic colleagues that are constantly feeding you negative energy. And as you start having a family, having kids, buying house, paying mortgage, I'm not saying all these are bad, but it does make our life busier and busier. So having time for yourself is definitely great. If you still have it while you are still young, use it wisely. Don't waste it while you have no burden. Use the time to reflect yourself, improve and grow. Learn to embrace solitude. Alright, that's it for this video. As usual, I hope this video brings you some value. Like, share and subscribe if you find this video interesting. Until then, let's grow our minds together. I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.